Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fight to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about this morning is the myriad of events that happened on Friday in Illinois. First, the assault weapons ban was constitutional, and an hour later it was unconstitutional. We're going to break it down right now. Everything is linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field on this one. And share this one out, because this is another assault weapons ban from a far left state that just got smacked around. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, making sure you subscribe to the channel, and turning the notification bell on. We need as many of you as possible to get into the fold with us, to pass this information along to get the next generation the Second Amendment just as we received it ourselves. Thank you so much in advance for your consideration, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think right down there. And the content today is brought to you by BulletSafe. BulletSafe aims to be the #1 provider of body armor and personal security products for both civilians and law enforcement fields. BulletSafe prides itself in being able to provide Kevlar level or better protection at a fraction of the market price. The VP3 comes in at $299.97, an unheard of price for the features. Made in the United States, the VP3 is made in the US with domestic and foreign materials. The ballistic insert is 100% made in the US. NIJ level 3A tested, can withstand up to a 44 Magnum protection. The feature's concealable and discreet. It's lightweight, comfortable and breathable design, integrated plate pocket for hard rifle plates. It's modular and upgradable, and in comparison to previous models, it's 50% lighter and 25% thinner. If this is something that you're in the market for, there's a link in the description box below, and make sure you use the code Langley10 to get 10% off your order today. And thank you so much to BulletSafe for making this content possible. But my brothers and sisters, we have got to dive into Illinois, because there was a myriad of action going on Friday, right as the bell was closing for the weekend. This is why we cover these things so deeply, because like I said in the introduction, we had one judge say, yeah, no, it's perfectly fine, and violate the Bruen decision. Then we had another judge come in and say, yeah, no, we're going to put a stay on the Illinois assault weapon ban because it's unconstitutional. This is what happened all in one day. All right, let's get into it. It's linked if you want to find out more. Federal judge grants injunction temporarily blocking enforcement of Illinois gun law. Now, this is a really big deal, because as we said on this channel, every time they are putting forward an assault weapons ban, every time Measure 114 came up in Oregon, every single time a new concealed carry law came out of a left bastion, it's getting struck down or meeting stiff resistance in the courts. This is something that I've been saying on this channel for coming on about a year now, almost 9 to 10 months. They're flexing against the Bruen decision. They're saying, well, you're not going to tell us what to do, and they're passing these assault weapons bans. Colorado just passed some new gun control laws. Oregon got smoked. California's about to get smoked. Illinois just got stayed. New Jersey got smoked. They're all meeting resistance, and this fight is just getting started. All right, let's keep going, because I had to throw that in there because it's important to understand nationwide what's happening. A federal judge in Illinois has granted a temporary injunction blocking the enforcement of a gun law which bans some semi-automatic rifles as well as high-capacity magazines. This is the assault weapons ban they just passed. United States District Court for the Southern District of Illinois Judge Stephen Patrick McGlynn issued the ruling Friday afternoon, stating that the court must be mindful of the rights guaranteed by the Constitution. Now, that's crucial, because what the gun controllers will tell you is, well, it's all about safety and common sense solutions. They never talk about constitutionality, because safety trumps constitutionality. Your rights are minimized in the face of safety. The government will provide you safety, therefore your rights are not that important. That's what's happening right now. That's why the court is striking them down across the nation. Let's keep going. Gun Owners of America, a plaintiff in the case, said in a statement that the ruling should send a message to Pritzker. I hope it does. I don't like that man. Quote, Governor Pritzker and his anti-gun cabal in the legislature thought they could steamroll the Second Amendment, and this ruling makes clear that they abused their authority and infringed on their citizens' rights. We look forward to continuing this fight, GOA Senior Vice President Eric Pratt said. He's dead on. You notice that every time that there's a statement from a gun rights group, it's always they infringed upon the rights of the citizenry. And whenever there's a statement from the left, it's all about safety and common sense and safety of the shared collective. You notice that? It's a pretty important distinction to draw. But anyway, let's keep going. Got two more things for you, because this stuff, man, and then I'm going to get to what the other judge said like 2 hours earlier. McGlynn wrote in his ruling that he isn't attempting to minimize the damage caused when a firearm is used for an unlawful purpose, but said the law in question limited the Second Amendment right of the people of Illinois. That's very well said. There's no reason to minimize the damage and the impact of criminals in performing illegal activities. But that doesn't mean you infringe upon the rights of every citizen. That's an important distinction. You can still feel the pain, you can still feel and grieve. That doesn't mean you infringe upon the rights of everyone. You deal with the problem and the perpetrators, not the rights. That's an important distinction. Quote, the Protect Illinois Communities Act did not just regulate the rights of the people to defend themselves, it restricted that right, and in some cases, completely obliterated that right by criminalizing the purchase and sale of more than 190 arms, McGlynn wrote. Dead on. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing, and this is actually pretty sweet. His ruling, the one that is officially staying this ban, came about 2 hours after an initial upholding of that law. Listen to this. Jenkins, this is the other judge, wrote in her ruling that, quote, the challenge restrictions on semi-automatic weapons and large-capacity magazines are consistent with, quote, listen to this, the nation's historical tradition of firearm regulation, namely the history and tradition of regulating particularly dangerous weapons. She's trying to satisfy the Bruen decision. Now, she's a Biden appointee. Here's the only problem with this. In the language of using dangerous weapons, she's trying to classify them away from common use and into dangerous and special weapons. Machine guns, explosives. It's not the same. She's trying to couch it over here to justify her position of history and tradition. However, per the Heller decision, there is a common use element, which the common use of an AR-15, is what they're talking about here, is consistent across the United States. This is stretching and flexing and manipulating, and she just got overruled. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.